We are live. Good morning. Yeah, it's I'm not gonna lie, I just didn't want to wake up to an alarm today. I turned my alarm off. I said I'll wake up when I wake up, because my body was ridiculously sore, and I was just, okay, maybe I need to recover. And I think it was the right call, because it's probably the first day I've woken up pretty recovered, I would say. Still a little sore. We're about to go do our cardio. Yesterday I did all 40 minutes on the stairs, 20 minutes intervaled, and then 20 minutes on the stairs. So maybe I'll do that again today. I always feel bad too, because at this gym there's only one Stairmaster, so I try to get in a little early because nobody's on it. And like there was literally nobody in the gym yesterday when I was doing cardio, so that was nice. I was able to just guilt-free do all 40 minutes, because 40 minutes is a long time to hog a piece of equipment. So 20 minutes at least intervaled on the stairs, and then we'll go from there. If there's nobody there, I'll probably stay on, because once you get in motion, it's really hard. Like that, at first I was, doing the 20 minutes intervaled on the stairs and then 20 minutes incline tread, and the incline tread actually felt way longer because I had found a rhythm. I was moving. I guess red lights don't apply to that person. Okay, good to know. And yeah, so yesterday, once I stopped the intervals, it was like, okay, what is going on there? I don't want you to focus on my dusty ass dashboard. So yeah, we got that going on. I'm excited. Obviously a little bit of an emotional night last night, just in terms of like, I don't know, it sucks because I'm not in the rooms where I'm being talked about, and not even just to defend myself, but just to like hear what's actually being said. So that's frustrating. And I was talking to my mom about it and some friends, and there's no use in wasting my energy on trying to figure out what exactly was said, and because I'm searching out issues at that point, right? And it really doesn't benefit me at all, and it doesn't benefit anyone. So why would I do that? Not that I need to be the only beneficiary, but yeah, it's just whatever. Whatever was said was said. I maybe in some people's eyes aren't as good as, I don't even think, I don't know. Obviously I'm still a little bothered by it, but I'm dealing with it, navigating it, not getting too upset, because I can't control what was said. And if somebody thinks I'm, if somebody thinks I'm not good and that I shouldn't be, helping others in wrestling, then okay, that's their opinion. I disagree. I think a lot of people would disagree. I think everyone that I've helped would disagree. And other than that, there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm gonna put my head down, work my ass off, and let the evidence in my body of work show, hey, maybe this guy is fucking good at what he does. I don't know, maybe not, who cares? We're all gonna die anyways. So yeah, I have a chip on my shoulder, and I'm excited to put it to use. But for right now, I am headed to the gym, gonna do some cardio, and I will see you guys after. So cardio's done. My quarter zip is a freaking, I don't even know, it's soaked, we'll just say that, with sweat. I did wipe down the Stairmaster, there was sweat all over it. 40 minutes, 20 minutes intervaled, and then 20 minutes just normal stairs. I like to end, like the last 5 minutes or so, I'll start tapering up the speed just because, I think that's, I always say, the most important part of the match is the finish. So when you're the most tired, that's when you need to be able to, really push the pedal to the metal there. Especially because if you're tired in a match, so is the other person probably. And that's where you're sweaty and the adrenaline's going, and that's where things can go wrong. So, and normally at the end of a match, you're doing the more risky stuff. So you need to be able to perform at the highest level when you're the most tired. Not purely, but one, from a safety standpoint, most importantly, I should say, from a safety standpoint. And that's that's what people are paying for, my opinion, whatever. It was cool. This guy, there was one other person in there. He wasn't touching the Stairmaster, so I was able to, do that. And he talked to me afterwards, and he was like, "Hey, man, I just see you in here all the time, and you're killing it." That's always nice to hear. And he's 68. He looks great for 68. And he was just asking me about, he's like, sometimes I'm really strong, and other times I'm super weak. What's that about? And I just kind of, helped him navigate that and gave him some advice, which is always cool. You have not so many actually. To be fair, I have a very different gym experience than most people, I'll say. Generally, people are nice, and they're not, I've been that guy who they go and give unsolicited advice to, and I've been treated poorly in the gym, which sucks because, now that I'm bigger and maybe just scary looking in general, people tend to leave me alone, or if they don't leave me alone, it's generally a positive conversation. And I know that's not everyone's experience, which sucks, but for me, it is really nice when those moments happen. And then on the flip side of that, not that I, am a victim by any means, but there are times where, because of how I look, people assume the worst, or how do I say, jump straight to confrontation. So if I ask, hey man, how many sets do you have left? It becomes, well, I just started. It's dude, calm down. I'm just asking. And I don't know. I think I have to go out of my way to disarm people, which I don't mind. I would rather, have that than be treated poorly. But it is okay, this person thinks because I asked how many sets they have left, where it's an ego thing, and it's not. It's mostly just, that's on my workout today, or I don't ask if I can work in unless I absolutely am dead set on that machine, or that's what the program calls for, or within how my body's feeling, that's the movement that I'm gonna get the most out of. I don't just ask just to annoy people, and I don't think anyone does. But yeah, it's a problem. And I've seen this whole idea that working in is stupid. I don't know who came up with that. They're actually stupid. We're all paying the same for the gym membership. We're all there for the same reason, hopefully, to better ourselves. So fuck you if you think, oh, you can wait or whatever. No, the gym culture is you work in with each other and you help each other out. I understand things have changed, and with modern times it's a little bit different, but it shouldn't be. We should all be there to help each other out. The only time I don't ask, I've asked one time to work in with a woman who was on a leg extension, because it was the only one, and I don't like asking a woman who's there alone, because again, going back to me looking the way I do, and having RBF and all the things, I don't want to make them feel like they have to give up the machine. I've had that happen too, where I go, hey, do you mind if I ask how many sets you have? To? Oh, I'm done. I'm fuck, no, it's okay, do your sets, that hasn't happened in a while, but I do always feel bad. Or a younger person, a teenager or something, they're always I'm done. And I'm no, I wasn't trying to kick you off, but I've only asked one time, and that was because I really needed the leg extension, and it was fine. But yeah, just be cool, guys. Like that, I feel like gym culture can be so awesome, but much like anything, it can also be extremely toxic. And at the end of the day, I always say, I feel like a broken record. Be a good person and try your best. I think and try to help people out. Those three things, if you're doing that in any setting, but specifically a gym setting, it just makes for a better day for everyone, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. And when I say help people, don't go around giving unsolicited advice. That's stupid. Don't do that. You don't know what people are dealing with or why they're doing what they're doing or so on and so forth. And I've seen people, well, if they're doing it so wrong, I'm going to go tell them. Like, I don't like giving advice, but and there's always a but. It's like, just don't. Sometimes people learn through getting hurt, and that's okay, as long as they're not hurting other people, you know. And there are times where I'll notice, this has happened a couple times, where a younger person is, watching me do my thing, and maybe we're doing the same exercise, and I'll just say hi, and that generally opens up the conversation for them to ask a question, and then I can help. But I don't just go like, hey man, you're doing that wrong. It's like, hey man, how you doing? And they're like, oh, like, I noticed you did this. Why are you doing it that way? Like, I'm struggling with this. I've helped people with hack squat like that. I've helped people with deadlifts like that. And it's because it was really cool. And it became like I was able to help them through something without going out of my way to and I'm sure if I just assumed and gave them the advice, they'd appreciate it. But at the same time, it's just about opening the door, and if they want to take it and they want to ask questions. And sometimes opening the door is just saying hi, or hey, how's it going? One time in specific, it's one of my favorite memories in the gym. I was benching, and this is when I was benching a lot and trying to get really good at bench, and I was getting to the point, I believe 315 for 5 was like a working weight for me. And so it was a bench day, and I was benching, and this girl, she was maybe like late high school, early college, and she was benching next to me, and she I forgot the weight she had. I think it was like 95 pounds or something. And I'm doing my sets, and then I looked over, and she was pinned under the bar, and I was like, fuck, so I went over, hey, do you need help? She's like, yeah. I went, all right, cool. And so I helped her, and she was so embarrassed, and I was like, hey, do you want, and I am a people watcher in the gym, so I noticed a couple things wrong with, not, I guess wrong, but I noticed she could improve her bench in a couple ways. And I remember I helped it. I picked the bar up, we re-racked it, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so embarrassed. I was like, no, there's no reason to be embarrassed. I've done that several times. And I go, if you would like to try again, I'll spot you if you're comfortable with that. And she was like, yeah, I don't know. And I went, how about try it again, because I think you can do it, and I'll spot you. I'll be here. I'll be in the bench next when you're ready to go. Let's do it. And she was like, okay. And so then she was like, hey, I'm ready. I was like, okay, awesome, let's do it. And then she failed, and I remember I helped her, and she was like, oh man. And I go, can I, do you want advice or just some things I know? She goes, please. I was like, okay. And I sat there and just fixed 3 things with how she was set up for the bench, her grip width, and then also the bar path. And I explained those 3 things that I think she could do better. And she goes, okay, thank you so much. And I went, do you want to try again? Because I'll go do a set, and then whenever you're ready, we can try again. She was like, okay, yes. And she fucking crushed it. 95 went up like a warm-up weight for her, to the point where she pushed the weight and went, what the fuck? And I remember being like, hell yeah, all right. And so then I think we went up to 110 115, and she failed that, but she got 105. And so it was just one of my favorite gym memories, because it was just, we had nothing in common besides the fact that we were benching that day. But because of like just gym culture and mindset, it was like a cool day where these two strangers just, I guess, she helped me because it helped my day get better, but like we were just helping each other out. And never saw her again. I don't even know her name, but that was like a cool moment where, and I say this a lot with wrestling, there are so many times where at a wrestling school you look around and you go, there's not a chance I would know, much less be friends with any of these people if we didn't have wrestling in common. That's just how it is sometimes, a lot of times actually in wrestling. And I think that's so cool. And it was the same thing here where there, like, what does a 25-year-old, I think I was 25 at the time, 25, 25-year-old meathead pro wrestling gym bro have in common with this? She probably played sports, but that's about it, you know? Like 16 to 19-year-old kid. And the only thing was we were benching that day and she wanted to get better. It was fucking awesome. One of my favorite memories. I hope she got to a plate. I remember her saying that she wanted to do that. And yeah, that was that. So those are the stories that I love from the gym. And it's just cool. We just help each other out. We're all there for the same reason. We should all be there for the same reason, and getting better, trying to better yourself. And don't judge people in the gym. 2, be ready to help people. Don't assume they need your help. And 3, try your best. Really, that's it. Yeah, cool story. Sorry for the tangent, but what else? Today's a rest day, so that would be the extent of my activity today. I have a lot of work to do in terms of content, and I am putting together the finishing touches on the 2 new clients and their programs, so I'm excited for that. I have a couple check-ins to do, and then we move on and move forward. I might go to a little collectible shop later on today, Newberry Comics. If I do, I don't think I'm going to record it because that sounds daunting, recording in public like that. But if I get anything, maybe we'll do a little unboxing, because that'd be cool. And you guys can see how much of a nerd I am. But yeah, other than that, chill freaking day. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, we are back. We are home. It's been a long day. I've had several check-ins. Not check-ins, but I have some new clients, which is awesome. So that's always good. We've got some momentum going right now. Everyone is squared away. The programs are up and running. I've got one more tomorrow who he said he's going to sign up in the morning. And then once that happens, I'll get to work on his. And we are off to the races in celebration of a successful week in terms of the business. I did get something, and we are going to do kind of an unboxing because I went to Newberry Comics out at Pheasant Lane Mall. It can't be Pheasant Lane. It's got to be Pleasant Lane. I don't know. At some mall in New Hampshire. I forgot. I should have paid attention. Anyways, let's get to it. For those of you who, I don't even know if I've talked about it, but I've been tweeting about it. I'm a huge It fan. That is probably why I'm so into horror, is the remakes of It. I liked horror before that, but I don't know what it was. Those movies, they were such cool theater experiences for me that it kind of just stuck with me, and Pennywise is probably my favorite horror villain, or at least top 3, but off the top of my head, probably the best. And anyways, I've been watching Welcome to Derry on HBO, and it is awesome. I'm having so much fun with it. It's scary as hell. It has that same charm of the movies, but there's so many different things that they're doing with it, and they're taking risks, which I like. So they're doing a really good job of mixing like the hits, and then also taking some creative risk and saying we're going to make this our own story, which I really appreciate and I like. So without further ado, I found a NECA Ultimate Pennywise. I have a couple. I don't have any NECA figures. This is my first one. I've always loved them, to be honest. They are so sick. They do horror, obviously, and I have been so scared to bite the bullet because I know as soon as I do, it's game over. And sure enough, it's game over. So I really like the packaging here. It's like that old school vibe. The only thing I wish that was different is this kind of artwork on the side, because what I wanted to do is have them like a bookcase. I have a shelf up there that I'm going to start putting horror movie villains in, and I wanted to have them like a bookcase, and then I'm going to open this. I'm going to let it breathe, as the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast would say, and yeah. So it's just, I don't even know if I've shown you this. It's fucking sick. Look at this. Interchangeable heads. I'm not even quite sure what that is yet, because I haven't made it to that part of the movie. But I don't know. They've got a happy, creepy face. I'm trying not to get the glare. I can't really see. Sorry. They have a creepy face, creepy smiley face, a sad face. I'm probably going to change it out for the sad face. And then just the detail is amazing. Oh my God. I didn't even realize that. So he's got a wig, obviously, but even in the painted, it's like molded so that it's the wig and not his actual hair. That's interesting. I like that. And then just like the attention to detail up here, like the time to float and the circus style art, I love it. Yeah, and then the photography in the back, so sick. And they had this one, the Ultimate Blood, where literally from toe all the way up to here is covered in blood. But I haven't seen that in the show yet, so I felt weird about getting it. And I just like the artwork on this better. I'll go back and get the blood covered one, because I think that's sick. But let's go ahead and open it. So I'm gonna try to be careful, because I want to be able to keep the box intact for accessory and display purposes. Nice. But yeah, NECA, if you're a nerd like me, I don't know. They're kind of top of the line, especially with movies, in my opinion. I'm not a huge like collectible know-it-all, or expert, I guess you should say, but gotta be careful here. But every time I see NECA stuff, I'm just blown away. Like even the box. Look at this. What are we doing here? So sick. Oh my God. It smells. Wow, that's nostalgic. It literally it smells like when I would open toys when I was a kid. That's sweet. And they have artwork inside the box. That's awesome. This thing is intense. So, oh wow, it even feels cool. All right, it looks like we got some zip tie things we gotta do. This is double layered, I think. Let's figure this out. Oh, do I need scissors? God damn it. Yeah, I don't want to risk it. I'm gonna go get some scissors. Where did it? What about these? How do I get these out? Oh, I see. Oh my God, they have hands too? They have so many accessories. You can even see it. Wow, that is sick. Let's see. I also bought something for a friend of mine. because it was there. I figured why not, but we'll get to that later. On the off chance that they watch this, I don't want to show what it is. Wow, okay, I got that done. Look at this. Look at all these hands. And whatever the hell this is, a flower. That's awesome. Alright, I'm gonna go get scissors. So, now, how do I carefully do this without cutting myself? Nice. Like operation or something. I used to love, I still do. I mean, I have a couple wrestling action figures. I have, like, my favorite. It's up there on the shelf. I don't know if you can see. It's AJ Styles TNA Legends of the Ring, and I got it signed by AJ, just in a Sharpie because I was younger. But it's a 1 of 3,000 signed by AJ. And when I met him at the Bound for Glory fan experience, that's probably my coolest one. I do have Bray Wyatt as the Fiend because that was that was pivotal in terms of getting me back into wrestling, and honestly kind of as dramatic as it sounds, changing my life. So I have that because Bray's a legend. And then I have a John Cena Thugonomics that my brother got me actually. And then I have some retro figures because I really like those. All right, I think that's it. And then I have because Jericho's my favorite, I have a Chris Jericho, a little bit of the bubbly ringside exclusive. That's freaking sweet. It looks like a champagne bottle. Remember that promo? A little bit of bubbly. It's that, essentially. I don't have that one open because it is cool. Neither did the signed BJ. Those are both mint on card, as they say. And then I do have some voodoo dolls that I really like. They're Watch Over Voodoo. They're sick. I'm trying to be very careful because I'm just a meathead. Oh my god, this thing is sick. Yeah, the wig does not come off. So, look at that. Wow. It's weird. It feels like there's a lot of articulation, but I don't. Yeah, oh yeah, there is. I'm just scared I'm gonna break it. These shoes are awesome. I need to get wrestling boots like these. They've got little rose petals, it looks like, or rosebuds, and then they look like wrestling boots, to be honest. So I actually was Pennywise at Fan Fusion, and Zamaya was Art the Clown, and we had a little tag match, and my head came off like this. No, I'm just kidding. But the wig, I had, we faced the white chicks, RJ and Ken, and I had them tear the wig off. So they got bald Pennywise. That was a lot of fun. I'm trying to replace to get the sad face on there because that is terrifying. Oh my god, look at how scary that is. So this is probably the nerdiest thing about me. I like collectible. I don't know. They're just so cool. And as soon as I realized they made them for adults. Not only for adults, but horror stuff. You guys know how much I love horror. It's so sick. I don't know. It's just cool. It's cool to be able to have these little representations of things that you really like. You know, it is little art pieces. Oh, that's gnarly. So, NECA. All right. I wonder if you can do the Pennywise dance. Oh my, it's terrifying when he's frowning. NECA, welcome to Derry. Bob Gray's Pennywise Ultimate Edition. I love it. This thing is sick. I'm gonna put it up there. I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and then tomorrow we have another day off. Not really, I guess. Another day off of shows, but I got a lot of work to do in terms of clients and content. The day one vlog of these is uploaded as of today, which is cool. So that fall, I'm committed. I've had this footage for 5 days or so. Oh well, a week. I wanted a week in advance, so it's finally up, and I'm committing. We're all in on this shit, man. And little Pennywise here is my first celebration. We got 3 clients this week, which is great, and I'm excited to start working with them and help change their life and do what I love doing, and that's coaching and guiding. And this guy is a memento of that. So I'm gonna get this all squared away. Dude, this thing is so sick. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm gonna get this squared away. I'm gonna put everything back in the box, make it all clean, keep this guy out, and then I'm gonna display him up there, which is kind of the fun part. This thing is so sick. And then after that, I'm gonna watch another episode of Welcome to Dairy. So tomorrow, we got some client work, we got cardio in the morning, obviously, and then we are hitting hamstrings, otherwise known as, hamstrings and glutes, otherwise known as the hot girl workout. So stay on the lookout for that, and have some fun, guys. Don't be afraid to be a nerd. Work hard, be a nerd, and help people. All right. This is so sick. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.